All right, y'all. So listen. These kids these days, they ain't going for it. All right, these kids these days, they not going for nothing. All right, so I'm gonna turn on the broadcast here. You know what I'm saying, and let them kind of like explain a lot of the situation. But I also have some additional backstory brought to us by Lynn's Dominique. It's underscore Lindz, and that's LINDZ with a on Twitter, okay, on X, whatever you want to call it. But anyway, let's jump into this.
Major safety issue. If my phone is in the office and has led to more protests outside of HISD's Madison High School. Some students say they're being treated like prisoners, and the school is not providing an environment that they can learn in. Liliana Pearson's live outside the school following the third day of protests. Liliana, students say
third day,
time coming.
A third day, yo, a third day. What's going on? 3 days straight. I ain't know all of that. I ain't know all of that. I ain't know that.
Policy came after a student fights. Liliana Pearson's live outside the school following the third day of protests. Liliana, students say this was a long time coming. They did tell me that. Today we watched students storm out of that front door, march across this road, and congregate right here in this median. They tell me it's been a long school year for them here at Madison High, but this week alone, they've seen multiple fights. They've seen a school lockdown and now a new strict phone policy they say makes them feel unheard and unsafe. It's been a long school year for the students at Madison High. It's the fights and the kids bringing weapons and the kids is in the drama. But the final straw that led hundreds of kids to walk out the front doors and protest was a strict no phone policy that students say is a major safety issue. If my phone is in the office and then somebody decides that they had enough, they come and then they shoot the school up, but my phone is in the office with you guys. So I can't contact my mother. I cannot get home. I cannot see who's going to take me home. HISD says the policy came after a student fight sparked by cell phone video. Now, Madison High students must turn in their phones at the start of the day.
So look, let's keep it a band here, okay? That the fight was sparked by a cell phone video is false. That's I have never in my life seen a cell phone video start a fight, start a riot, start anything. Like, if anything, it has something to do with the actions that took place that just happened to be recorded. The video itself is not the problem. It's the actions that took place in the video. Just because it's on camera doesn't make somebody, or not on camera, doesn't make somebody's actions or words any less impactful.
What the? Sparked by cell phone video. Now, Madison High students must turn in their phones at the start of the day. They've lost their privilege to use them during lunch, and they get them back at the end of the day. Students told us originally they were being pat down if they said they did not have their phones, but we're told that's no longer happening. 7 a.m. we walk in, they're immediately telling us to put our phones up. They're not saying good morning or nothing. Why do we want to be introduced with that? Students tell us in addition to strictly timed classes under the new NES system, they feel distracted all day, but it has nothing to do with their phones. No, I don't even feel safe. I really do want to have a good education. I'm a senior. I'm ready to go. And they're just making this really hard for us. State education leaders tell us they stand behind the decision.
Instructionally, what you have to create is a learning environment that allows students to focus. And so you need to set up the opportunity for students to be successful in that way.
And after today's protests, students told us they either weren't allowed back into the school, and some students told us when they did try to go back into the school, they were told that they needed to give their name and their student ID number and that they faced 1 day of in-school suspension. I reached out to HISD to ask them if students who protested today were going to face any repercussions, but HISD did not answer that question.
Yeah, because they know it's foul. Like, this is a PR disaster for them. Oh my. All right, so here we go. In a short protest, hundreds of students walked out. They said it was a long time coming. The school was already in headlines, but this week alone, there were multiple fights and a school lockdown. This policy was the final straw. The students say, claiming it was a significant safety issue, which is factual. It is a safety issue. I have a friend. Her mom ended up in the hospital, and they were calling and calling here. But since the school had her phone on Thursday, she couldn't get in touch with her until after the fact. Cannot be visible unless policy states students are not allowed to use their cell phones in the building. Cell phones cannot be visible unless they are in a mesh or see-through backpack. Phones are kept in a backpack or turned in to the school once the student enters the building or at the start of the first period. I think having people have get rid of their phones in today's climate is a bit irresponsible. Um, if approved by the division superintendent, high school students may use a cell phone in the cafeteria or eating area at lunch only. Yeah, I think it's unreasonable. I think it's unreasonable to not give people back their phones during lunch. I think that's only right, bro. Like if you're going to say, "Yo, I want you to focus on learning," you got to meet them somewhere. You can't just have their phone all day. Like the girl up like if you have a family emergency and they're trying to get in touch with you and can't nobody reach you, you know what I'm saying? It's crazy. Students at Madison High School must turn in their phones when they arrive at school. No, that's da 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 da. Students initially told that they were being patted down at the door, but that's no longer happening. Yeah, they're not doing it because, man, that's a freaking lawsuit waiting to happen. Pat them down inappropriately, and boom, sexual harassment. Students, in addition to strictly timed classes under the new education system, they feel distracted. It has nothing to do. I don't feel safe here. Da 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 da. Da. Instructionally, after the walkout, student told ABC 13 they were either not okay. What this is missing, what this article is missing. All right, what this article is okay. So look, this school is part of the dozens of schools which are part of which part of the superintendent's new education system plan, which requires daily testing and longer instructional time. What moron? What moron thought this was the way to go? Like tests don't prove shit. They don't prove anything. That just means you know how to test. That just means you're good at memorizing something and able to spit it out the next day or within a couple hours. That's it. It testing proves nothing. And take it from me, I was a great test taker. My school average on tests is like an 89. Like on tests alone, just an 89% period across the board for tests, any subject, you name it. Like I'm gonna get it right. I'm gonna get it right because I know how to take tests. I know how tests, especially multiple choice, like how it's written in answer, like how to give the answers. Like it's doesn't even make sense. What are y'all doing? Anyway, as we'll continue to ensure that da 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 da. Okay, what this isn't getting into. All right. So now let's head to the tweets. Let's head to the tweets. All right. so so from what she was able to gather, so this is Lynn's Dominique, fuck it. Anyway, y'all see her name. They go through metal detector. They're escorted to lunch in a single file line by police. By police. They don't have pep rallies or field trips. This policy isn't the same for other schools in the district, just this school. Sounds like they trying to save some money on black kids. They feel like they're just treated like dangerous criminals. They feel like they're in jail. Yeah, school to prison pipeline, baby. School to prison pipeline. I agree. I agree. Hold on. All right. So here's the kicker. Now here's the kicker. Now, the stupid thing about the ban is what she's saying is that the cell phone ban was to stop fights. They're not claiming that the kids disrupted school with their cell phones. Their phones were kept in their clear backpacks. The issue is the fights. This is lazy and punitive. The real reason is that the students recorded the principal putting a student in a headlock. Ah, ha, ha, ha. Aha. That'll do it every time. And then she said she's curious about the liability as well for 2,000 students possibly 2,000 phones collected and stored and returned daily. Yeah, yeah, that's ridiculous. That's nuts. Uh, let that phone have a crack on it, and Madison High is buying another one. No one thought maybe to start with infractions. After your third, you have to leave your phone up front. Have the student and parent sign an agreement with the first infraction. When you're punitive, when you don't and just punish all the wrongdoers. Yeah, yeah. Group punishment does not work. Group punishment does not work. It creates resentment within the group, and it creates resentment towards you as well. And in the worst case scenario, it creates just total resentment towards you, the group that's punishing them. And now they all have a cause to rally around, to where it's us versus them. Therefore, you don't have a relationship anymore with the students. You literally ruin it completely. You ruin your complete relationship with the students. And there has to be somebody out there that gets that point. How did you in mass just ruin a perfectly good relationship that you could possibly have? Yeah, you had a bad week of fights. You had a bad week of fights. Okay. You got to realize that happens at every high school. That happens at every high school. My high school had it. My high school had it. Like, cause here's the thing. Some fights are interrelated, right? And especially when you have them over a week like that. So it might have been like this group was against this group. So these first two people they fought. Then some other group of people, two people they fought, and it's in relation to the same situation. And you're not reaching the bottom of the actual issue by taking people's cell phone. All you're doing is trying to avoid you being caught on camera and you being shared online and you going viral for something that you don't want to have happen. If anybody has the video of the principal putting the dude in the headlock, let me know, man. Let me know. I'll put it out. I'll put it out there for you guys. I'll put it out there online. Like let's get them fired. Fuck it, because they're stupid. I probably will support the kids. Da, 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 da. Cause I don't. There's probably a lot of good kids. There's probably a lot of good kids, and they're just being punished. But I found this tweet to be like very, very interesting. It's not just in Texas, but in the school district, a hostile takeover by the state with a superintendent appointed who had been appointed in a separate takeover case who failed to deliver results there, just like he's failing in Houston with a crazy high salary. Sounds like a coup. It's crazy. I hate these kids are caught in the middle of this. Yeah, it is a coup. The school board has always been a disaster, and as it always had been. Houston Independent School District has been a focal point of battles of racial control. Yeah, no, like dead serious. They did make the news. What was that? It was like I want to say like late 2022, and it was like some racial mess, and like the governor Kemp was saying like, "Oh, y'all need to get y'all people under control," and it was just like it came on hella racist because the district is like mostly black. That's why you seen like all those black kids outside. You know what I'm saying? In the video I played earlier, because it's mostly black kids. It's mostly black people and black kids, man. This is a black school district predominantly. And you have this the guy that was shown earlier in the news clip, the white guy with the glasses. That's the guy. That's the guy that's doing the takeover. And he's the superintendent. He don't get it. He doesn't get it. He doesn't get how to relate or reach these kids. He's just like mass punishment. Like, let's get them in line. Like, no, like they're less than. Like they're less than. Like they can't. These are high school kids. You can reason with them. You can reason with them. This honestly, it didn't even have to go outside of the school. If the actual administrators had a relationship with the kids to where they could sit down, have a conversation, like let's talk. Let's talk. Let's have a real conversation. You know what I'm saying? And do it in groups of like I know you don't want to take the time to do it, but do it. Like in groups of like 30. You know what I'm saying? Groups of maybe like 10 to 30, you know what I'm saying? You talk to a group and then your assistant principal is with another group, and y'all like sit down and y'all really like hash out like, so what do you think is going on here? Okay, well, blah 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 blah. Okay, okay, okay. And you do it like over time. You do it over time, and you've now built a rapport, and now you have an understanding. Especially of those kids that are willing to talk to you, like, hey, we want to have this meeting to talk to you guys about the issues so we can see if we can get to the bottom of this and come up with solutions. You'll be surprised what the other kids are willing to say. They'll be like, you know what? Look, we're in this private. Like, matter of fact, drop the number down. Drop the number down to 10 kids. Drop the number down to 10 kids, right? You would be surprised what kids are willing to tell you when you open up the floor to them, because those kids, they want to get an education. They want to be educated. They want to go forward in life. They want to get their degrees. They want to get a nice job. They want to make money. They want to have all the nice things that they see on IG, on and online everywhere. You know what I'm saying? They want that. Sit down and actually have a conversation with these kids. I guarantee you, your solution is among them. Somebody will tell you the root cause of everything. They'll be like, hey, so look, this is what happened with this. This is what happened with that. This is why this is a thing. So then y'all can go back to having fun. You don't have any like place of release for the kids. None. They said no pep rallies, no field trips, no nothing. These kids have nothing to look forward to besides getting the hell up out of there every day. Who wants to learn when you don't look forward to coming in the building that you're in? Like, what? How long as an adult do you stay at a job that you don't like? Not long. Not long. As soon as a better or decent opportunity arises, you're gonna dip. You're gonna dip. It's just these kids, they don't have the option to dip. The only thing you can do is actually make their conditions better to where they actually want to learn. That's it. They deserve more, man. Just because they're black, you know what I'm saying? They're getting the short end of the stick. This is bullshit. This is bullshit. This is bogus. This is bogus. Anyway, I'm done here. Y'all let me know y'all thoughts in the comment section down below. If you enjoyed this video, make sure you like, comment, and subscribe, and click that notification bell because we're coming with new content all the time. And I mean all the time. And when I say all the time, I mean every day, baby.